Hi, and thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Phil, aka Phil, and today I want to share with you 5 reasons why I keep shooting the Nikon ZF, and looking back, it's currently the most used camera for me at least. And I will throw in a bonus during the video. First reason is the autofocus. Nikon has really improved the autofocus with the Z9 and Z8, and all the latest tech Nikon can offer regarding autofocus is also embodied in this Nikon ZF. Besides of the Nikon ZF, the only autofocus camera I have right now is the Leica Q3. Although Leica Q3 has improved autofocus, the Nikon ZF is in any regards miles ahead. I shoot a lot of pictures to document my family and of course how my children grow up, especially when my children move or running around, etc. The tracking of the Nikon ZF is just great for these occasions. And Taylor Jackson did several videos on the Nikon ZF proving that it's also capable of professional wedding photography. And here it looks like the autofocus also didn't let him down. Sure, Sony and Canon might still leading the autofocus game, but I would say that the latest models from Nikon with the Z9, Z8 and now the ZF are very close to them regarding autofocus technology. Second point might sound a little bit stupid to you, especially when you use interchangeable cameras, but for me I realized that somehow I missed that fact that the ZF can take different lenses, and I guess that's mostly because I shot the past year mostly on a Leica Q system. The first half of 2023 I was shooting on a Leica Q2 monochrome, and after the Q3 here was released I upgraded to this one and shot mostly with that. When the ZF was released, I got also this camera and I bought it with the 40mm kit lens, and after starting using it I realized that somehow I really missed that slightly telephoto focal length with that small compression. And since I'm already mentioned shoot mostly my family, my kids, having the 40mm for portraits just have a nice look regarding the bokeh and the compression. That's an additional reason why I keep shooting the ZF. Might be a stupid reason, because that's that effect I can also have with any interchangeable camera, but for me it's the ZF right now. But the next point is definitely a ZF point, because no other camera has that feature, and that's the black and white switch. With a flick of a switch you can just take black and white photos. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I thought that this was just a gimmick, but I use this feature all the time. I like shooting black and white in general, and having a dedicated switch to switch directly into black and white is very convenient. The Leica Q3 has also a great monochrome profiles, but unfortunately I think until today it's not possible to dedicate a custom button to one profile, so you still have to go into the menu like any other camera to go into monochrome mode, and therefore it's very convenient with the Nikon ZF. Next point again is something I appreciate with the Nikon ZF, but I think that's because I mainly before shot Leica, and that's regarding the auto white balance. For me the Leica Q3, and when I had the chance also the Leica M10, the auto white balance was not accurate. Somehow the pictures were always a little bit cooler than the scenery was. My experience is that the Nikon ZF has great auto white balance. I had just a few cases where I found the pictures too cold or too warm, and then you can quickly adjust it like any camera. But yes, being able to rely on auto white balance for the JPEGs is just something I appreciate. Sure, you can always adjust your white balance in post when you shoot RAW, which I also do, but yes, when auto white balance works, why not? Point number 5 I already briefly touched in context with the black and white mode, and that's regarding the color profiles. Here for JPEG of the Nikon ZF, for color I just shoot rich portrait, and that color profile I just like very much. Basically I just shoot that color profile and just occasionally go into post to make some adjustments, but mostly I'm very satisfied with the JPEGs because they have just a colorful look. Not sure how to express that, but just looks very good in my opinion. And here I just conveniently use the JPEGs, share it with my family and so on social media, and can rely on a great picture profile. A bonus reason for the Nikon ZF is also the great video specs in this camera, which makes the Nikon ZF a great hybrid camera. It has incredible video stabilization, so shooting handheld with longer exposures is no issue with the Nikon ZF, and the video quality is also great, which this camera provides. I haven't used that much, to be honest, since I'm using the Nikon ZF mainly for photo, but again, Taylor Jackson has some videos in that regard. But yes, in my opinion, this camera is also a great hybrid camera for photo and video. I guess that the reason why the Nikon ZF is so popular and got so much attention after the release is because of its retro design, which is dedicated to the retro cameras from the past, including the dials. But to be honest, that's not the main reason why I'm keeping using this day in, day out, because before the Nikon ZF I used Fujifilm. Fujifilm has to do with the XT line and the X100 line, also the retro design. After Fujifilm I moved on to the Leica Q system, and the Q system has also some tactile dials for that kind of retro experience, and therefore the retro design is not the game changer why I keep using this camera. It's the reason I mentioned during this video. And because of these reasons I keep using the Nikon ZF, and therefore all the quirks which I mentioned in my past videos regarding the size, the not optimal ergonomics regarding the grip, and also the lack of lenses which are small and also have aperture rings, doesn't matter as much since they just vanish when I use this camera. Because I like the Nikon ZF so much, my current camera setup is a little bit weird, because the Nikon ZF was not planned to be purchased, to be honest, and currently I have the analog film cameras, the highest model is Leica M6, and originally bought the Leica Q3 to have a camera which does everything for me regarding video and photo. It's not brilliant in every aspect. I will do a future video about that, but mostly the Leica Q3 would fill the autofocus camera spot, and now the Nikon ZF just do a much better job in that regard, but also delivers in other categories very good results. And as I already mentioned, looks like that I was missing the focal length or the option to change focal lengths, so therefore I'm not sure what I will do in the future. I have to think about my cameras a bit, since I also want to shoot more film this year, so let's see. I will keep you updated. If you're still here after my Nikon ZF rant, I appreciate your time watching this video. You deserve a like for that. If you want to support my small little channel, just click in the affiliate links below in the description. And if you want to check my 8 things I discovered regarding film photography, just click on this video.